Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry that I didn't upload anything the past few weeks. I've been busy with my husband's business as well as taking care of Bruce. He is beside me. You can see his toes and his little head right there. He's still fighting his ear infection, and we saw his vet last Saturday, and so he's on a different ear treatment. And I have in front of you my Hobonichis. This is my Happy Planners. This is my Traveler's Notebook, which I'm using as a garden planner. I will have timestamps down below if you just want to see the Happy Planner, just the Hobonichi, or just my garden book. But before I get to that, I wanted to share with you and with Jared and Lindsay from Adventure Mode Traveling. I will link their channel down below. If you like Disney and Universal, traveling, seeing small towns, they do really great videos on that, and I enjoy watching that because I can vicariously travel along with them. But Lindsay likes to crochet and knit, and I wanted to show them what I crocheted a few years ago from a Zootopia crochet box that my sister got me. My sister is a big fan of Zootopia, and I thought I would crochet these for her because she bought me the box. And because they're so small, they hurt my hands when I crochet. So I haven't done this in a really long time. So I will show you the 3 that I have that I was able to complete. I did finish one of them that my niece took. I can't remember what that guy's name was. But anyways, so here's Judy. Okay, and you're gonna see Bruce. Bruce is gonna want it, but here's Judy. You can see how tiny she is. There's Bruce. Bruce. Here's Merryweather. Bruce. You can see how small she is. And then here's so when I followed the instructions for Merryweather, Bruce, come on, Bruce. You can see how big she turned out. So this is the first one that I did. Bruce, come on. So then I sort of followed along with the instructions, but then made it smaller because I wanted her to match up with Judy. But these are the 3 that I created. Bruce. So this is what she looks like. So I was hoping to crochet all of them and then give them to my sister. But again, I haven't done this in a few years. So I should probably go look for the box. So this is what it looks like when I followed the instructions. And this is, Bruce, come on. And this is what it looks like when I didn't, to keep her the same size as Judy. So just a little side note of my little crochet project. And now let's get to the planners. Let me put that over there. Bruce. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to put them away. Okay, thank you for letting me share that. So let's go with my Traveler's Notebook first. So this I've been using as my garden planner. So this is what it looks like. I won't do a complete flip through, but I will show you what I've done the past 2 or 3 weeks. So this is where I think I left you. So this is the end of March where I planted the potatoes. This is a broccoli head, which was about the size of my palm. And it looked like it was right about mature because it looked like, Bruce, you okay? This is, it looked like it wanted to flower. So we went ahead and harvested. These are some roses that we planted. We planted 4. So I labeled them A, B, C, and D because we weren't sure which color we planted down in which spot. So this is the first one to bloom in the C spot, and it was yellow, and it was really pretty. I also sowed some seeds in cups. I bought another moonflower packet to try to grow because the first batch that I grew didn't grow that great. I'm not sure what happened. So I did that on Sunday, April 9. This is a sun hat that I bought because it's going to be another hot summer here, and wanted to give myself some shade. And actually, I have a I have a really big head. I have thick hair, or had thick hair, and nothing really fit. So my husband told me to try this one, and this one is when you stick your head in this top part, it expands. So I really love it. Fits my pumpkin head. This is a whale fin variegated. I can't remember what happened to the plant. He's looking at everything, sorry. But that's what it looks like, so it works. So I planted him up in soil. Now I'm curious to see what he's gonna do. This is a Phalaenopsis. It's a white moth orchid. It was a plant that I rescued from Lowe's and it finally bloomed. So there is that one. This is, I put the barrel cactus, but I'm not sure if that's what it's called. But it's finally blooming for me again. It is about 2 or 3 years old. I started it from seeds that my niece gave me. This one is also blooming. It is a cacti that my sister gave me a few years ago. So this is kind of neat. So this is actually the second year that is going to be blooming for me. Now, if you remember the potatoes that I showed you here in the beginning, so this is what it looked like May 30th or March 30th. This is what it looks like now. So this was April 18. So this is the container. So when I first drew it, the greens were down here. But now, as you can see, it's grown up to the very, very top. And I'm debating what to use actually to surround on the inside to kind of enclose the greenery inside this bucket because it grew above it. And then to keep filling soil. So I'm really debating what to do. And I need my husband to look at it to kind of give me an idea of what I can do. So I can keep the potatoes growing, the tops, so that I can get more potatoes on the bottom. And then this is a Noid, no ID, mini rose that I purchased from Home Depot a few years ago. Initially it was planted in the front a few years ago and it just wasn't doing that great. And so when we put down our new roses, which is, here's 2 right here, or 1 right here, I decided to dig him up and put him in a pot, and he's doing fantastic. And you can see the color. It is a beautiful, vibrant orange. And the color was hard to capture, but yes, it really does look like that. It's really that pretty. This is a flower that I try to pollinate. It is a pomelo that my mom started from seed a few years ago. And since I've had it, this is going to be the second year that it's going to try to fruit, I guess. So I hand pollinated it because there's not enough bees outside right now. And so I'm kind of hoping for a fruit that I can give to my mom. These are the Easter cactus that I bought from Home Depot. These are the 3 colors that I have: a soft pink, a hot pink, and a red. And that is it. And now this is a pencil board. Well, I cut it down to be a pencil board so that it would fit, as you can see. But it is a flyer from the Redland International Orchid Festival, which is going to be from May 19 to the 21st in Florida. So I used to grow a lot of orchids and then fell out of that. So now I'm slowly getting back into it. But they sent me this flyer and it was just so pretty that I decided to cut it down and put it in here. You okay, Bruce? So my next thing I want to show you is my fitness exercise book. This one I fell off the wagon. This is April. So I had good intentions, but I was just too preoccupied to keep up with it. Didn't exercise, did not eat well. Bruce. I'm sorry if the noise is going to bother you. I'm happy that he's playing because he has not done this in a few weeks. And the fact that he's trying out all his toys is really a good thing. So this is for this week. So because he was feeling pretty decent Sunday, because we saw the vet on Saturday, I decided to get back on it. Plus I have a doctor's visit on Monday. So here's my exercises. Steps and weight. My sleeps here. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. And then again, when I use weights, I will put a red star. So this is kind of what it looks like. And you can see all the white out because I had dated it and then didn't do anything. So I decided to white it out and redate it again. So today is Friday. So I need to fill this part out. Mainly breakfast because that's all I've done. This is my everyday planner. So let's go there. So this is the monthly layout. Bruce, 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 Bruce. So this is what this looks like. So this is basically the first week of April. Packages I keep over here. I started a list to buy that we needed from Staples. So you can see what it looks like. A lot of these are Happy Planners stickers. Ones like this are ones that I made on my Cameo. This I made on my Cameo. For this week, I decided to try to do a Disney Princess layout. So the Disney Princess stickers are a collaboration that Disney did with Happy Planner. Happy Planners. This is Sweet Kawaii design. And then these little guys are mine that I made. So this is where we started Bruce's ear meds again. Because he saw his vet over here. This is for this week. Down here is more of Bruce's meds, right? So I'm checking it off as I go. Over here, I decided to try to get back into exercising and then keeping track of watering in the back garden because even though it's springtime, it's starting to feel like summer. So I want to keep track of when I water because I don't want to overwater and as well as I don't want to underwater. So every day I have a checklist of things that I need to do. So as you can see, I didn't do anything here. And then I spent most of my time watching Bruce, though I was able to get a couple of things done. So that's what this looks like. Now, let's get into, can you see? Is it still in frame? Let's go into my cousin. So this is for this week. Keeping track of his ear meds down here again. Over here, I would put packages, which I don't know if I need to fill that out. That's where my mind's at. Can't seem to remember much. Bruce, 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 come on, good boy. But I do need to fill this out a little bit. Again, today's Friday. And so you can see it's pretty simple. Again, here's my checklist. Washi tape is from Daiso. Again, Happy Planner stickers. Packages were over here. So you can see how pretty simple it is. It just needs to be really functional for me. And when I can, I try to put down stickers, decorative stickers. But for the most part, I think this is pretty functional for me. This one I went a little crazy just because I was trying to use up all these Happy Planner stickers. So you can see how it kind of looks a little, I don't know, busy, right? So that is what the weekly layout in the cousin looks like. And now let's go to the daily page. And I will take you to the beginning of April. So this has really become a, I guess kind of like a commonplace book where I'm just sort of dumping pictures that I see that I like, right, from like magazine cutouts. And you can see how thin it is. It's still thin, which I'm really happy about. And so let's go to, so this was the Easter cactus that I showed you in here. This is what they look like when I first purchased them. These are from magazine cutouts. This might have been from a catalog. No, this might have been Better Homes and Garden. My sister gave me a bunch of her magazines. So here are some recipes. And this helps to put down, fill up the page when you don't have anything to say or you can't remember. And again, becoming a commonplace book for me because now I can look back and look for the recipes. This was a nice quote I think I said last time about dogs. So there's Bruce sleeping. So this is the beginning of April. This is the April blank page where I would generally put the currently. Instead, I just decided to put down these Easter images that I found in the magazine, and I thought they were cute. Fun fact, I've never tried are these called Peeps? I never tried them before. But my husband says they're just marshmallows, and they taste like marshmallows, but they're cute. Now this image I found in a magazine, I can't remember which one, but it was one that my sister gave me, but I just love the way it looked. So I went ahead and put down double-sided tape and taped them down. So this is a continuation. So this is actually over here. So obviously I didn't think this correctly, but I think it came out really nice and I really like it. There's just something funny about looking at it. Here, Bruce wasn't feeling too well. So Kit Kat decided to get into bed and lay down next to him. Kit Kat really loves Bruce. This is some dim sum that my sister brought for me. She stopped by the house and dropped up some food. So this was what I ate. This is what I saved from my husband. And then she also brought me a California roll, which I saved for lunch the next day. So that's what that looked like. This is cake. It's care and kindness every day. And so I went ahead and cut this out and decided to put this down here because I just thought it was cute with the kitten and this Sharpie. Here's 2 pictures of Kit Kat. I just thought it was really interesting the way it was sleeping because its head, the top of its head was on top of the blanket. Easter. Recipe for some chicken wings. Kit Kat and Bruce. National Pet Day, April 11. So here's Bruce starting to feel a little bit better, but he was really sleepy. On the 13th, it rained a lot, so it was a short storm, but it came through. So I thought I would draw that. This is my mom with my sister's cat. This is last Saturday, so I wrote about Bruce's visit. This is questions from the dating game. My husband wanted to see how well we would do, how well we would answer these questions. So I found a bunch of questions online and I printed out 2 sheets of paper, which we filled out, and then we compared our answers. I thought this would be fun to look back on in a few years, and we actually did okay. So here's the same orange rose that you saw in this one if you stuck around for this one, which I did at the beginning. But this is what it looks like. So pretty. So here's another photo of Bruce and Kit Kat. And so there's my Hobonichi. This is what I use for Bruce's health, his daily health, as well as his health diary. But so he was sleeping in the first. Kit Kat saw him, saw some room, and then decided to squeeze himself in. And then the last thing I decided to do was on Wednesday. This is a cutout from the magazine. And we decided to clean out his ears from the medication. So that's what this was about. And again, Thursday, yesterday, didn't do anything. Today's Friday. So I'm going to go back and fill that in. Lastly, this is my A5 5-year diary. I am using this as a sketchbook. This is something that I am not, I don't keep up daily with, and I don't stress out about it. My whole point about this thing was to draw, well, my initial plan was to draw every day, which I was doing fine in the beginning of the year, so that at the end of the 5th year, I could see the improvement of my drawings. So this is what it looked like when I was doing it every day and watercoloring it in. This one's my favorite. Some elephants. This one's in pencil. This is, so with the eagle, so if you've been if you've been following along, I wanted to do a progression of the bald eagle from the first year to 5 years. So it takes 5 years for it to become basically an adult. And the coloring on the bald eagle changes. So you won't see that yet because I didn't color any of them in, but I did sketch them in pencil and wasn't really happy with the pencil look because not all of them look the same. So so follow along. This is half-year bald eagle. This is what it would look like. Again, I got to color it in. I think the problem I was having was with the beak. But this is 1.5 years. This is 2.5 years. See, and it's starting to look mean, but again, I think it's the beak where I'm messing up. This is 3.5 years and it's looking a little more angry. I think I was getting better on the beak. See, but then I stretched it out. And I already penned, I used my pen, my Hobonichi black ink pen, and went over it because I need to get these colored in. So this is 4.5 years. And then this is 5 years where it would be predominantly white with his head. But again, there's the beak. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going with it. This is what it's going to look like. If you want to see what it looks like, just type in Google, you know, bald eagle 5-year progression or something like that. And you will see photos of what it looked like from year 1 to year 5. The coloring on them is beautiful. That is supposed to be a coral snake. This is a penguin walking along the beach, which you can't tell until I color it in. So here's a bunch of blank pages. I need to go back on and sketch, but I was keeping track of the weather. That I want to try to do in here because it will be fun to see the weather for previous years. Okay, where is... Okay, and I think I showed you guys the last time. So this is the Adorable Snowman Frosted Treats in DCA, Disney's California Adventure. This is the Cozy Cone Motel. I think this is going to be really neat when I color it in. This is Flo's V8 Cafe. Again, need to color it in. This is the Crested Caracara, maybe. National Bird of Mexico. It's beautiful. Look it up in person or online. The photos are magnificent. This is a Gray Jay. This is, or Whiskey Jack, National Bird of Canada. Red-crowned crane, the National Bird of China. This is the Kiwi, National Bird of New Zealand. This is supposed to be a cute kitten. I made him look a little crazy. Sorry, kitten. And then right here is when I decided to do the 50 birds, 50 state birds of the 50 states of the United States. Started off with Alabama. I thought this was a great idea. And then I discovered that it was going to be really hard because I'm not really good with drawing birds, but here we go. So this one is state of Alaska, the Arctic grouse. Is that how you pronounce it? This is the cactus wren, state bird of Arizona. Northern mockingbird. I think this is where I left you guys. This is the northern mockingbird, besides being Arkansas's state bird. It's also a state bird of Florida, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Texas. California quail for California. Lark, bunting, Colorado. American robin, Connecticut, and I think that's where I stopped. But the last thing I want to show you in here is on April 12th, I heard about this bald eagle. His name is Murphy. He lives in the World Bird Sanctuary. This is the bald eagle that was injured as a baby, and so he has lived at the sanctuary now for 31 years. But recently he sat on a rock to try to incubate it, and so he sort of became national news. And then during that time, I guess it was a big storm or maybe a hurricane or tornado, but it destroyed this baby eaglet's nest. Its sibling died. They were able to rescue this one. So they did a slow introduction to Murphy because they weren't sure how he was going to react to it. But this is the day on the 12th where he fed the baby eaglet. It is baby eaglet 23-156. And so I just wanted to mark it in my book. So this is the nest because he can't fly, so he lives on the ground. So I think they built they put stuff on the ground so he can try to build his nest. But this is him looking at his little bird, his little baby, in this nest that they did for the eaglet. And so I'm guessing this is also how he might be feeding him. But yeah, so that is the A5 5-Year Diary, Hobonichi, my cousin, Happy Planner, Fitness, Exercise, and my Traveler's Garden Notebook. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you'd like to see after the pin videos, which is generally what I share. And I hope to be back next week. If you don't see me next week, it will be because Bruce is still not doing well. But I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.